Today we look at greatest common factor and lowest common multiple word problems. Often, students struggle to decide if a question is asking them for the greatest common factor or the lowest common multiple. So we will follow two steps. We will look for word clues. If we see the words least or lowest or earliest, we are looking for the lowest common multiple. If we see greatest or highest or largest, we need to determine the greatest common factor. Secondly, we consider the probable size of your answer. If your answer will be greater than or equal to the maximum value, find the LCM. If your answer will be less than or equal to the minimum value, find the GCF. Let's look at some examples. At your company, employees start working at 9 a.m. You work best having a short break every 45 minutes, while your boss works best having a short break every hour. When would be the earliest time of day that you could meet with your boss? Immediately we see the word earliest, and it is quite similar to the word lowest, and immediately we think lowest common multiple. Additionally, you need to think to yourself, will that interval be less than 45 minutes? No, okay, because your boss, he can only have a break every hour. So it means our time interval will be more than 1 hour. Now, because it is more than 1 hour, we are looking for the lowest common multiple. Common prime factor, 3. Common prime factor, 5. The 3 we divide by 3 and we get 1. The 4 continues down. The 4 divided by 2 is 2. The 1 continues down. And this 2 divided by 2 is 1, and the 1 continues down. Now we can work out our LCM. The LCM is equal to so we get 180 minutes, which is the same as 3 hours. Now the question asked for the earliest time, so we need to add the 3 hours to 9 o'clock. And we get 12 p.m. Next question. You're a large-scale farmer and have recently purchased 16 tractors and 12 irrigation systems. You are expanding farming operations and want each farm you buy to have the same number of tractors and irrigation systems. What is the greatest number of farms you can buy? And how many tractors and irrigation systems will be on each farm? So again, we have a big clue, a word clue, greatest. So we think greatest common factor. Additionally, think about the number of farms. Will the number of farms be less than 12? More than 16? Well, of course, the farms will be less than 12. And because the farms will be less than 12, we know we are looking for the greatest common factor. Common prime factor, 2. Common prime factor, 2 again. Common prime factor, no common prime factor. So, GCF equals 4. So our answer is 4 farms. Now the question asked, how many tractors and irrigation systems will be on each farm? So we need to divide 16 tractors by 4 farms. 16 divided by 4 is 4 tractors on each farm. And 12 irrigation systems divided by 4 farms is 3 irrigation systems on each farm. Progress check. Your class has 15 boys and 10 girls. Your teacher wants you to work in mixed groups with the same number of boys and girls in each. What is the greatest number of groups that can be formed? How many boys and girls in each group? So there is a big word clue, greatest number of groups. Immediately we think greatest common factor. Then we consider the number of groups. Will the number of groups be more than 15 or will it be less than 10? Of course, the number of groups will be less than 10, so we know that we are looking for the greatest common factor. Common prime factor, 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, 15 divided by 5 is 3. There are no further common prime factors, so our GCF is equal to 5. 5 groups. how many boys and girls in each group. So we divide 15 boys by 5, 3 boys. And there are 10 girls, so 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 2 girls in each group. Next question. 3 buses leave the same bus station at 8 a.m. One bus returns every 30 minutes, another bus returns every 45 minutes, while the third bus returns every hour. When would be the earliest time of day that high traffic would exist at the bus station? So we are finding the time at which all 3 buses are at the station together. Now we should consider the word clue earliest. That means we need to think of the lowest common multiple. Additionally, we can consider, will our answer be less than 30 minutes or more than 1 hour? Of course, it must be more than 1 hour that the 3 buses will meet together. So again, that confirms we're looking for the lowest common multiple. Let's do it. Common prime factor, 3. We divide all of them by 3. Common prime factor, 5. Divide them all by 5. We don't have a common prime factor for 2, 3, and 4. However, 2 and 4, they have a common prime factor of 2. So I'll divide those by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And the 3 continues down. Then blue 3 divided by 3 is 1. That red 1 continues down, and the 2 continues down. And finally, we have to deal with our green 2. The green 2 divided by 2 is 1. Blue 1 continues down. Red 1 continues down. And we are done because we have 1s at the bottom and we have our common prime factors down the side. We multiply the prime factors. And we get an answer of 180 minutes, which is the same as 3 hours. Now the question said, what is the earliest time? And the buses leave the bus station at 8 o'clock. Add 3 to 8 and we get 11 a.m. And that's a wrap. So remember guys, make sure that you first look for word clues and secondly consider the probable size of your answer, and that should help you determine whether it is a GCF or an LCM word problem. Hey guys, this is Casey at Onetreemath. If you like the content, please remember to like and subscribe. Also, if you'd like some online tutoring, please email me at onetreemath@gmail.com. Cheers.